Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday at lunch. Thank you for joining with us today. Good afternoon, Pastor Lamont.
Good afternoon, Jody, and thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. As I said, welcome to our Wednesday at lunch, but we have a little bit of a confession. As we mentioned last week, things were going to look a bit different, so it's actually Tuesday for us today. And I'm afraid Liz couldn't make it on a Tuesday, but I know we keep saying we're going to have Liz with us, and we promise we will at some stage, but it's not going to be this week. So we will get her in. We will get her in on a day that she's got off, and Lamont and Liz will have a chat, or myself and Liz if you're not around. And yeah, it'll be great to hear from her and what she's doing in youth. So for you guys, welcome to Wednesday. And for us, it feels just a little bit strange doing it on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yes, it is. It is. I just said to Jody, this may be recorded, but we missed the rush, the adrenaline rush of being live on a Wednesday.
We do, yeah.
Now we can stop, we can record, we can stop, we can record, we can stop, we can record, but live is different.
It is, and it actually feels different not knowing that you guys are out there watching us live as well. So we'll go back to live, I think. It has a different...
It works. It works. Live
feel.
works better.
Yep. So what's happening around the Grain Shed? You had your growth group seminar on Saturday. And
Yes. I am a happy chappy. I'm a happy chappy. One thing I want to say is that I want to say thank you to Jody for setting up all the technology, because when I was there on Saturday, I just saw all the different wires that going everywhere, and technology, a bit of Zoom and a bit of WhatsApp and a bit of this and a bit of that. It's like it got my wires crossed, to be quite honest, but I want to thank you for that, Jody. I really appreciate it.
And Tim as well. It certainly challenged us technology-wise, but it was interesting to put it together and look at how we can fine-tune it next time when we can get equipment and that sort of thing come in. But we'll work on it. But
we have a good team.
We do.
The fortunate thing about Tim may say, listen, I've hooked it all together with Jody. I'm out of here. If something went wrong on Saturday, Jody was the person, the go-to person.
and it did seem to work. So thank you everyone that was so patient with us on Zoom and Facebook if you joined us on those platforms. And it was really great to have people, like we had someone from Karen come in, thank you Karen, other people that couldn't make it in, and we know there was a lot of views on Facebook as well. I don't expect everyone listened for the whole 3 hours, but it was lovely to see that.
I wouldn't do that.
It was really great to see that people had actually come in and seen what was going on as far as our growth groups. So that was really good.
And
really
the thing about that, Jody, is that people can always, as you say, people don't expect people to watch 3 hours. They will watch bit by bit, and it will unfold what we are doing from time to time.
Absolutely. So thank you everyone that came and attended here in the Grain Shed. It was really lovely, and it's lovely to see people come through the doors again and catch up with people in person. And thank you for those that did come onto Facebook and Zoom as well. It was great to have you guys.
It just shows people's passion. They are willing to sacrifice their time, and I really, really appreciate that. Our church will, in the years to come, will benefit from these things. And you will, as I did with other churches where I was a pastor, they will look back onto that day and say, can you remember that day? And then we will all sound like old people, because that's how older people talk. Can you remember those days?
When I was younger.
When I was younger.
Exactly. And we're getting used to doing things in front of cameras and that sort of thing. We've been doing it for a few months now, and dare I say, I think it's going to go on for a little bit longer.
Unfortunately, yes.
But we do have a really exciting announcement.
I'm going on holiday?
Wasn't quite the exciting announcement that I was going for.
On the 19th of I was just joking. I was just pulling a leg. On the 19th of August, we are going to have our first get together here at the Grain Shed, where you can come and watch Lunchtime Live, and we're going to extend that. We can only have 20 people at a time. That's the legal limit in a safe environment and safe ways. But we are going to do some great stuff. We're going to have our first open doors on the 19th of August. And we want to invite you to come and see how we record live at lunch.
You can see all of this that goes on that you don't get to see normally.
Yes.
And then after that, we're going to do a devotion and communion for those that would like to come in. Yeah. We really recognise, we've done some home visits lately, and we're really recognising that fellowship that people are missing out on, and we can't wait for the numbers to lift anymore. So we're going to try and make things work a little bit better with even just the 20 people. So if you'd like to come in and be a part of that, come and see what goes on a Wednesday at lunchtime, but also stay for the devotion and the communion afterwards. We would love to have you come. The only thing is you do need to book, because we do have to adhere to the correct policies and that sort of thing. So we need to know how many people are coming. So if you'd like to come, contact reception, let them know, and we would love to have you here.
And we would love to.
Yes.
Yes. I think people are going to enjoy having communion again, especially even if it's in a smaller group. People will enjoy that. It will be a blessing to their hearts.
Absolutely. And just that fellowship, and we'll do, like we said, devotions, that sort of thing. We'll give a bit of a chat to people, and just bringing people back together again, and getting that sense of Grangeshed family, Grangeshed community, but also, fellowship with one another as well.
Yes, I think being together is really important.
Yeah.
I've read an article some time ago, and it spoke about what does it mean for the church to open up again, because many people think the church is closed. The church is not closed. I mean, not that the doors are locked. I mean, we are still doing church, and the thing is that we need to understand that church is just different. It has never stopped. It's just different. Yeah. But the thing about being together, Jody, it just brings that the body of Christ as one. It brings us together. It's not just a physical display of the oneness, of the unity of the body. It does create something how God has created his children to be as a body, as one. Yeah. And we also realize that the Spirit of God is drawing us together. And you will, when you listen to this, experience that the Spirit of God is tugging your heart to be together. Yeah. It's a draw of the Spirit, because we are a spiritual family. Now, many of you miss your family. I miss my family. We all miss our families. And as a spiritual family, we miss each other, and we are drawn by the Spirit of God to that. The other thing is we're going to have a devotion. It's not going to be a sermon, but there's something about the sacredness of hearing God's word when we are together.
So important.
It is very sacred. It's very special. Yeah. And we found even that in the book of Acts, when Paul went down to the river, there were women praying together. And when these women prayed together, there was a unity. The word was shared, and people experienced a special bond. What I found interesting in that article is, how do you experience singing on a Sunday morning at church service online together with other people and not being here?
That's an interesting one. For me personally, I live by myself. I can sing to my heart's content at home. But I did part of the G Challenge on Sunday. I found myself whispering the words. So my voice is not one that most people would want to hear singing.
Well, that makes two of us. People would rather say, Lamont, why don't you speak, don't sing? Yes, it is weird, because Erna and I, we are sitting in our rumpus room. We are listening to this, to the whole. I listen to myself, unfortunately, but the songs come up. It is great songs, but it is not as nice singing those songs in my lounge as it is with singing it with you. Yeah. It's totally different. It is totally different.
Yeah. And when it's in here, you've got,
you can give some volume.
Yes, and no one else needs to hear you. It's wonderful.
Your voice is a bit drowned amongst the other voices. Yeah, that's good.
So we're hoping that, people will feel that connection when they come in here, and realise that whatever it is they're experiencing, you're not going through it alone. So many people I've spoken to lately saying similar things. So whatever you're feeling, this is the long slog, really. And people are experiencing many similar emotions. So even talking to other people and realising that it's not a foreign thing you're feeling, and really it's okay to not feel okay at the moment. We don't know what the future holds from one day to the next at the moment as far as our restrictions, what we can and can't do, and that does cause confusion, and it's okay to not be okay with that. So give yourself some grace.
Lots of emotions, and it's fine.
Yep. So come in, talk to other people, be honest with other people.
Yes, she must open up somehow.
Yeah.
She can't just keep it bottled inside. And I feel sorry for people. We visit a lot of them. They have nobody as a soundboard. They just sit there alone.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad. And that's why I think to you and me, when we talk about our visits, just us visiting them is a joy.
Yes.
It makes us feel good. It's a blessing to them, but it makes us feel good.
And it's a blessing to us as well to be able to go and see them. So, yeah. Last week we spoke to you about what you can do for other people. That was one of the questions I think I asked. What can you do for other people? And I got a beautiful text from Michelle Oliver saying that one thing that she does is makes candles. And she makes perfume candles, she gives them away. She did send me a photo, it was beautiful. So thank you, Michelle, for letting us know one of the things that you're doing. But she's also said she's had a request from someone to make the larger size face mask, the material ones. And she has opened up that invitation to anyone that needs the larger size face mask. So if anyone is in that category, if people are starting to say, if I go out, I'm going to wear a face mask, let us know so that we can ask Michelle to make one for you. And she just wants to bless people. She's got such a generous heart.
Yeah, Michelle Oliver has a very kind and generous heart, and we thank her for that.
Yes.
So make use of that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. If you need a face mask, if you need one that's a bit bigger, especially than the ones that you can get hold of. And it is probably going to get harder and harder to get hold of face masks for a little while because of the restrictions and the requirements of Melbourne to have to wear them at the moment. So
it is going to be.
Let us know. Contact reception, and we can contact Michelle.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yes.
Next week.
Next week.
We're going to have a special guest.
Special guest. Drum roll. We don't know who yet, but we will have a special guest.
Yeah, so we want to invite you. Don't miss out next week. See who is our special guest.
Yes.
It's not going to be me.
Watch this space.
Watch the space.
Not going to be you.
Yes.
You gave us a little clue a bit earlier as to what's happening. So, yes, we will have a special guest for you though. So stay tuned. Come next week. See what's going on.
Yes.
And as usual, Tuesday prayer, Friday prayer.
Yes.
Sunday, the G Challenge. How's the G Challenge going?
The G Challenge is going well. I'm so proud of the guys. I tell you, I'm excited on their behalf. Yes.
Excellent.
So I thought to myself, nobody has challenged me again, but I've got an invite. I got an invite for Saturday afternoon lunch at Joe and Louisa's.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to eat up some good lunch, and then I don't know if there's going to be dessert, but they may look at me and they say, I don't think Lamont need dessert. So, but we're going to be at Joe and Louisa's, have some time there.
Beautiful.
Which make that community again stronger.
Yes.
As long as they don't ask me to watch my sermon with them, it's fine. Because that's an awkward thing. But the G Challenge went well. And I want to ask you guys to keep on challenging people.
Yes.
So invite somebody for lunch or dinner or tea. When I mean tea, I don't mean Australian tea like in evening dinner. I mean like in afternoon tea.
And that's what I did. We had a few people and we just did an afternoon tea.
Yes.
And
watch the sermon, share a couple of thoughts, and it challenges you, and it brings us together.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you put that challenge, you put that challenge to other people to do the same thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And post those photos. I want to see applications on our Facebook page, and I just want to push the button, approve the whole time.
And just a note with the photos, please just do make sure you have permission of everyone that you're posting a photo of before you pop them up there.
Always have permission from me, but what can I say? But do make sure, because some people don't like it.
No. So, but that's going really well, and it's really bringing in that sense of community again.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah. Talking about the G Challenge, Jody, we have done this growth group seminar, all this G, growth group, God, Grain Shed, community. I can change community to community. We have had this challenge of putting your photos on Facebook. But what I love about the growth group seminar is that we have discussed two types of things: the hosting and the leading.
Yes.
Now, many of you may not be familiar with that. So what I'm going to do in the next couple of newsletters, I'm going to put in some articles on what does it mean to host a group and what does it mean to lead a group. It's a new concept in our church, and I want to challenge you because many of you would be willing to host, even though you say, Lamont, I can't lead a growth group, but I'm willing to host it. So the hosting is for if you have a heart for people, if you open up your door, your house, if you're willing to serve a snack and to turn on your TV, you are a host. But I'll describe that in more detail in our newsletter.
And we look forward to that because there will be a lot of people that go, oh wow, I think I can actually do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is not a brain wrecker, if I can put it that way. Anybody can do that. Even if you don't have the gift of hospitality, anybody can invite somebody to their house.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yep. Beautiful. We might wrap it up there for this week though. Thank you so much for coming along and joining in with us. I will put links up for sermons. Beautiful sermon on Sunday about leadership.
Thank you.
Very appropriate for this time of the year for us at the Grain Shed. So yeah, great one. And we look forward to next week's. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button so our things keep going.
Yes.
And also, if you'd like to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification one so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded as well.
Beautiful. Should we just have a footnote of the nomination letters, documents in the foyer? People want to nominate. Yep. We have a new leadership that we have to, or some leadership members that are retiring. They are stepping down for a while for a break, and we're going to have to nominate some new leaders for the Grain Shed. So to do that, we have a nomination list that you guys can fill in, and attached to that would be also the requirements and also like a job description for the leaders here at the Grain Shed. It will be available here at church, so if you drive past the church, just pop in and grab yourself a nomination list and complete that and bring it back to us, please.
And like I said, Lamont's done a couple of leadership sermons recently, so have a look back through the playlists on those as well, because they've been really good in just letting people know what is required of a leader. So,
I think it is very important.
Absolutely. Okay, DVDs are still available for those that would like them, or if you hear of anybody else that would like them, please come and see us and we can give those out to you. Otherwise we have everything else online: Facebook, YouTube, website.
Yes.
That's just about it, I think.
The whole bundle of it.
Yes, definitely. Have a wonderful week, people. We look forward to seeing you next week. And yes, we'll have a special guest, and it will be on a Wednesday for us as well. So take care, look after yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you then.
God bless and keep well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.